Hello, welcome to the Foreign Matters video blog titled 7/7 plus 2,000 spooks minus 52 essentials. The Intelligence and Security Committee, the ISC, its report on the 7/7 London bombings published this week is a compelling read, even at 101 pages. It can be found on the Cabinet Office website of the British government. As a Whitehall security source told me, it's the most comprehensive report which has yet been completed and gives an incredible insight into the complexities of intelligence gathering. The headlines are that the ISC concludes that MI5 and the police cannot be criticised for the actions and decisions they took in 2004 and 5, even if there were, with hindsight, quote, missed opportunities. The victims' families say the reports are whitewash. Some sensitive material is censored. The breakdown of communication between MI5 and the police is not properly dealt with. And the claim that the Saudis warned the UK in advance of 7/7 is completely redacted. But, whitewash or not, some of the detail is new, and that's what's compelling. For example, there's a graphic of the MI5 phone records of people and networks they were monitoring during Operation Crevice as they closed in on the fertiliser gang in 2004. That's the first release of that type of sensitive material I've ever seen. It looks a little as if someone spilled a bottle of ink over a spirograph. There are dark blobs of ink. These are groups of people talking to each other. And then there are thousands of thin lines. These are the calls the groups make to each other and to individuals. Together they total tens of thousands of monitored phone calls. 2 of them were made to a man later identified as one of the 7/7 bombers, Mohammed Sadiq Khan, MSK. The fact that MI5 came across MSK and cross-referenced his car 21 times in relation to known activists is taken in some quarters as proof that the security services should have picked him up and prevented 7/7. It's a view which fails to take into account both the nature of intelligence work and the resources available to undertake it. One of the darker blobs in the graphic is the fertiliser gang. Others are of cells known or suspected to be putting together terrorist attacks. MI5's entire staff at the time was around 2,000 people. Perhaps the most stunning paragraph in the whole ISC report. We're told that in 2004, quote, over 60% of MI5 targets had coverage described as inadequate or none. Among these were 52 essential targets that had no coverage at all. MI5's staff has doubled since then. The categorization of essential has changed, but it's probable there are still essential targets who are not being monitored. To do that would require not a bigger intelligence service, but a society such as Saddam Hussein's Iraq, which had a person living on every street reporting to the intelligence services. We know that MSK was first photographed in January 2001. 2 things to say about that. Firstly, it was 8 months before 9/11. And so MSK and the other 39 people in the training photographs up in Cumbria, well, they were radicalised before 9/11, Afghanistan and Iraq. Secondly, apart from that photo, MSK had done little to make him an essential. The head of MI5 laid bare the cold decision-making process that his organisation has to do, what it needs to do, when it needs to do it. He said he had to prioritise ruthlessly, and this means, in a pretty interesting quote, we can only hit the crocodiles nearest the boat. Well, while you're busy hitting them, it's hard to keep an eye on the others which are heading your way. That's Foreign Matters. See you next time.